My friends are honestly embarrassed for me when I bring you around, she said over sushi. I paid for my half and never spoke to her again. Now our friends watch me thrive while she spirals. Hey viewers, before we get into the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want more stories like this. Thanks. Hey Reddit, throwaway account for obvious reasons. I'm 28 and need to get this off my chest because it's been a wild ride, and honestly, sharing it might help someone else spot the red flags earlier than I did. This all happened about a year ago, but the updates keep coming and it's turned into one of those stories where life just balances the scales. Let me set the scene. Emily and I had been together for 3 years. We met in college. She was majoring in marketing, and I was in IT. I was the steady type, good job as a consultant, decent apartment in the city, always planning for the future. Emily was ambitious, the kind of person who networked like her life depended on it. Parties, events, brunches with influential people. I supported that. Hell, I funded a lot of it. Flashback to 6 months in, she lost her entry-level job during a rough patch in the industry. I covered her rent, paid for her online courses to help her upskill, even passed on a promotion at my company that would have required relocating. Because she said, "Abe, I need you here to build my career." I thought we were a team. I'd come home exhausted from 12-hour days, debugging code, and she'd be out at some mixer coming back excited about the connections she made. I never complained. Being dependable was my thing. Reliable, thoughtful, the guy who remembers anniversaries with her favorite takeout and a quiet night in. But over time, things started to shift. She'd make little comments like, "Why don't you dress sharper? My friends' guys always look put together." Or, "You should network more. Being behind a screen all day isn't impressive." I brushed it off as stress. We weren't perfect, but I was committed. No cheating, no wandering eyes. I pictured proposing someday once she landed that big job. Looking back, I see the signs. Her phone constantly in her hand, late nights working, sudden interest in professional development events. But I trusted her. Big mistake. It all came crashing down one Friday night. She insisted on dinner at this trendy sushi spot downtown. Dim lights, overpriced rolls. I wasn't thrilled. I'm more of a burger guy. But she loved the vibe. "It's good for us to be seen at places like this," she said when booking. The whole evening she seemed off, fidgety, checking her watch, barely touching her edamame. I tried to lighten the mood. "Rough week. Tell me about that pitch you were prepping." She just nodded, distant. Finally, after the waiter brought out the California rolls, she set down her chopsticks and gave me this pitying smile. That's when she dropped it. "Can I be honest, Alex?" she said casually, like we were talking about the weather. "This has been weighing on me and I think it's time we talk about it." I paused mid-bite, soy sauce dripping. "Sure. What's up?" She leaned in, glancing around like someone might overhear. "My friends, they're honestly embarrassed for me when I bring you around. You're not impressive. Like Sarah's boyfriend is a surgeon, travels for conferences, always has stories. Jess's guy has a boat, takes her to the lake on weekends. What do you even bring to the table besides being nice?" My stomach dropped, but I kept my face neutral. The sushi suddenly tasted like cardboard. "Embarrassed? What do you mean?" She sighed, like I was being difficult. "Come on, don't make this harder. You're sweet, Alex. But in our circle, it's about status, networking, ambition. You sit at home coding while I'm out building something real. My friends ask about you, and I have nothing exciting to say. Oh, he's nice. That's it. It's humiliating." I slowly set my chopsticks down. Humiliating. The word echoed, and a memory flashed. Her birthday party last month at that rooftop bar. I showed up in my best shirt, brought a thoughtful gift, a custom necklace with her birthstone. Her friends, Sarah with the surgeon boyfriend, Jess with the guy who had a boat, barely acknowledged me. Later, Emily had pulled me aside. "Try to mingle more next time." Now it all made sense. "So this is about how I look to your friends." "Not just that," she said, waving it off. "I've met someone at that networking event last month, the one you skipped because you were tired. His name's Tyler. He's in venture capital, drives a Tesla, knows everyone. He gets me. Alex, we're just not on the same level. Being with you feels like I'm settling." Settling. After everything I'd given up, I could have pushed back, reminded her how I'd paid for half those events, how I'd supported her every step of the way. But something in me just went quiet. No yelling, no begging. "So you're choosing him because he's impressive?" She nodded, almost smug, like she'd rehearsed it. It's not personal. I need someone who elevates me. You're stable, sure, but stable is boring. Tyler challenges me. He introduces me to opportunities. My friends already love him. They say he's perfect for me. You were great for a while, but let's be honest, you'd never fit into that world. This is me being kind, ending it now instead of dragging it out. Kind. The twisted logic stung. And what about us? The plans? The future we talked about? She laughed. A short, pitying bark. Future Alex, wake up. I deserve more than a guy who's content with mediocrity. Tyler's taking me to a gala next week. Real influencers. Deals being made. What would you even do there? Stand in the corner being nice. My friends would die of secondhand embarrassment. I stared at her, the room starting to blur. The waiter lingered nearby, clearly sensing the tension. She kept going, justifying it, all like she was giving a TED Talk. Look, I'm not the villain here. People grow apart. I have outgrown you. You should thank me for being honest. Most girls would have just ghosted. Thank her for humiliating me over sashimi. Confusion churned inside me. Had I really been that blind? But I didn't argue. I didn't plead. I pulled out my wallet, counted my half of the bill plus tip, and slid it across the table. Okay, Emily. Good luck with that. Her eyes widened, like she expected a scene. That's it? No fight? What would be the point? I stood, coat in hand. Enjoy the rest of your night. I walked out into the cool air, heart pounding but step steady. I didn't look back. That was the last time I spoke to her for months. The drive home was silent. No radio, just my thoughts racing. Why me? I'd been loyal, supportive. Flashback, our second anniversary. I'd surprised her with a weekend getaway she'd hinted at. She'd gushed, called me her rock. Now rock meant boring. The unfairness hit hard that night. I got home, poured a drink, and sat in the dark. Confusion turned into a dull ache. Had I wasted 3 years, but I didn't text her, didn't call friends to vent. I just breathed through it, letting the silence settle. The next few weeks were rough, but I didn't spiral. No drunken posts, no revenge schemes. I detached, locked her on. Everything. Phone, social media, email. Changed my locks, just in case. Then I turned inward. Work had always been my anchor, so I doubled down. That promotion I'd passed up for her, I applied again. Got it. Senior consultant role, higher pay, remote flexibility. I moved into a better apartment across town. Minimalist, no reminders of her. But it wasn't just career. I hit the gym hard, not for show, but for myself. Started with runs to clear my head. Moved on to weights. Lost the nice guy. Softness. Gained definition. The shift was internal too. Mornings staring in the mirror thinking, she called you unimpressive. Prove her wrong to yourself. I joined a hiking group. Made real friends, people who valued substance over status. One guy, Mike, became a regular workout partner. We'd grab coffee after and talk about life without the superficial nonsense. Dating, not right away. I sat with the confusion fade into clarity. Why chase validation from someone who measured worth in boats and job titles? Flashbacks still stung. Times I skipped guys' nights to help her prep for interviews, only for her to mock my stability. It hurt, but it fueled me. I started a side hustle, freelance coding for startups. Turned out I was really good at it. Landed a client who paid triple my hourly rate. My bank account grew, and so did my confidence. A few months in, I met Mia at a tech meetup. Mia, not some flashy networking event, just a genuine workshop. She was a graphic designer, kind without an agenda. We clicked over shared jokes about bad coffee. No comparisons, no embarrassment. Our first date was simple, a picnic in the park. She said, I like how grounded you are. Grounded, not boring. That word healed something. On social media, I kept things low-key, posting hikes, small project wins, no tagged locations, but mutuals still saw. Her old circle, Sarah Jess, started liking my posts. It was weird at first, but I ignored it. Life was building. I traveled solo to the mountains, read books on self-growth. That silence from the night of the breakup, it became my strength. I wasn't just surviving, I was free, clear-headed, emotionally untethered. Her words echoed, less each day, replaced by my own, you're enough. That's when karma started to roll in, slow at first, little whispers. From mutuals, then, stronger. I didn't go looking for it. It just found me through the grapevine. About 4 months after the breakup, Chris, our one mutual friend, who stayed neutral, mentioned over beers that Emily had gone all in with Tyler. Dude, she's posting him everywhere. Gala pics, weekend getaways. Looks flashy. I nodded, uninterested. Good for her. But inside, I wondered how long the facade would last. Turns out, not long. Tyler, the venture capital wizard, was a house of cards from what I pieced together later through Chris and a few stray likes on my post from her circle. Tyler's success turned out to be smoke and mirrors, fake LinkedIn credentials, exaggerated deals, and real mountains of debt from bad investments. He'd charmed Emily at that networking event, dangling promises of introductions and joint ventures. She bought in completely, introducing him to her friends and even quitting her stable marketing job for a startup he claimed to run. At first, Sarah and Jess ate it up. Emily's killing it with this power couple image, but cracks showed quickly. Tyler started borrowing from her, small amounts at first, just until this deal closes, then larger ones. He used her credit card for business trips. She even covered his rent when his investors supposedly ghosted him. Flashback to our time. I'd helped her out before, but never like this. By month 6, the truth blew up. One of her friends, Jess, I think, looked into his background. And after he bailed on a group outing, turns out Tyler had a trail of exes he'd used the same way. Charm, borrow, disappear. No real venture capital job. Just a glorified salesman with a leased Tesla and maxed out cards. When confronted, he ran, left her with shared bills, ignored her texts, and blocked her on social media. Emily unraveled fast. She lost the startup job. When it collapsed, no surprise, it was fake. Her friends distanced themselves. Sarah stopped inviting her out, saying, "It's awkward now." Jess unfollowed her, blaming the drama. Isolation hit hard. She started posting vague stories about fake people, but the likes dwindled. Financially, she tanked, earned through her savings funding Tyler's lifestyle and now scraping by with freelance gigs that barely covered rent. Chris kept me updated, sparingly. "She's not doing great, man. Regrets everything." I didn't gloat. I just kept building. My freelance side hustle turned into steady, full-time clients. My gym routine paid off. I finished a half marathon. Mia and I made things official. She met my new friends. No embarrassment, just genuine connection. The irony, her old circle started engaging with my life. Sarah commented on one of my hiking posts. "Looking strong, Alex. Miss seeing you around." Jess liked one of my project updates. "Impressive work. Knew you had it in you." They watched me thrive while Emily spiraled. Her post shifted from silence to subtle desperation. Vague captions about learning from mistakes. I stayed detached, but the sense of justice felt real. Not revenge, just life exposing what was superficial. She discarded me for Flash. Now Flash had discarded her, leaving her irrelevant in her own circle. Her attempts to reach me started small, then escalated. First contact came about 2 months after everything fell apart. A 2 a.m. text. "Hey Alex, been thinking about us. Can we talk?" I read it. Felt nothing. No anger, no pull. Deleted it. No response. The next day, I know I messed up. Tyler was a mistake. I miss your stability. Stability, the word she once mocked. Ignored. A week later, the call started. Voicemail, "Alex, pick up. I need to explain. It wasn't about you. It was me chasing the wrong things. My friends pushed me into it, said you weren't enough. But now everything's falling apart. Call me back." Her voice cracked, but the excuses were still there. "You were always so nice. I took it for granted. Let's get coffee, talk it out." No acknowledgement of what she'd done, just her pain. I listened once, then blocked the number. That's when she brought her friends into it. Sarah texted first. "Hey stranger, Emily's really hurting. You should hear her out. She's changed." I replied politely. "Not interested. Thanks." Then Jess called, her tone dripping with condescension. "Come on, Alex. Don't be petty." She thought she was upgrading. Life's funny like that. Her family's worried. "You owe her closure after 3 years. Owe her after everything she said." "No, I don't," I replied calmly. "Wish her well." Click. Emily escalated. New number. New approach. She showed up at my usual coffee spot, probably through Chris. I was there with Mia, mid-laugh over brunch. She approached, eyes red, makeup smudged. I looked up, composed. Mia squeezed my hand under the table, quiet support. "Emily, what do you want?" She sat down without asking, words spilling out. "I'm sorry. Okay, Tyler used me, took everything. My friends bailed when it got messy. I see it now. You were real, stable, nice. That's what matters. I was arrogant, thinking I deserved better. I was wrong. Take me back. We can start over. The hypocrisy was obvious, begging for what she once dismissed. No excuses, I asked. Steady. He shifted, more desperate. It was the pressure. Sarah and Jess were always comparing. They said you'd hold me back. But now they're gone, and I'm alone. Please, Alex, I need you. Need, not want. I shook my head. That's your life now. That's your life now. Handle it. Her expression hardened. The anger surfaced. How can you be so cold? After I gave you 3 years, you're nothing without me. You were boring then, and ignoring me now just makes you pathetic. Mia tensed, but I stayed calm. Goodbye, Emily. We stood and walked away as she shouted after us. You'll regret this. I blocked the new number. Her friends turned hostile. Sarah's last message. You were an asshole for ghosting her when she's at her lowest. Deleted. That was the peak of it. Desperation, laying bare the entitlement I'd once missed. But I was already done, emotionally miles ahead. Fast forward to last month, Chris's birthday party at a cozy rooftop bar downtown. Low-key vibe with mutuals from our old circle invited. I went with Mia, thriving, happy, no baggage. I walked in polished, wearing a fitted shirt from my new wardrobe, confidence in my stride from the gym. Heads turned. Sarah waved. Alex, you look amazing. Jess chimed in. Seriously, that promotion. Goals. Their likes on my posts had turned into real-life compliments. Emily, I hadn't thought about her in weeks. Then she appeared. Disheveled, alone, nursing a drink. Her eyes locked onto me as she approached. Hesitant. Alex. Hi. Didn't expect you here. I turned, polite, a distant. Mirror time. Emily, you look familiar. Have we worked together? Her face crumpled, devastated. What? It's me, Emily. Don't pretend. I tilted my head, indifferent. Right. Emily from back then. What brings you here? She glanced at Mia, then back at me, her voice shaky. I see you're doing well. With her. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. For the sushi night. The comparisons. My friends were wrong. I was wrong. Tyler destroyed me, but it made me realize what I lost. Can we try again, or at least talk? No sympathy surfaced. I reflected her own logic. You said I wasn't impressive, right? Just nice. Embarrassing to your circle. Well, life elevated without that. I've got real connections now. People who value substance. You're irrelevant to that. Tears filled her eyes. That's cruel. I was dismissive, but I've changed. Please. Facts aren't cruel, I said. Steady. My life's full. Career's booming. Mia's incredible. Friends who don't compare boats or job titles. You've got your path. Handle it. I turned away, back to Mia and the group. She lingered for a moment, muttering, You'll see, before leaving defeated. Later, Sarah pulled me aside. She's spiraling hard. But damn, Alex, you've upgraded. I just smiled, walking out with Mia, her hand in mine. Emily felt like a ghost. Forgotten. Powerless. Her friends watch me thrive online now, dropping fire emojis on my life. She's blocked. Irrelevant. Peace. Earned. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share your thoughts in the comments.